Hey guys, here's a do-it-yourself tutorial on how to assemble the Aquaman Trident from kit form. You'll get the base, the forks, the uprights, the spear tips that go on the uprights, and the end piece which goes at the end of the pole. And you can assemble this with crazy glue or cyanoacrylate, which is model glue, which is basically the same thing. I'll show you the stuff that I use. And I'm going to be assembling this with a PVC pole in the middle so you can disassemble it for easier shipping, easier transportation. And I will show you what this will look like after it's glued together. Basically, you're just going to take this. The surfaces are pretty good. You might want to rough them up a little bit, but I think they're pretty good. So far, when I've assembled it, I haven't even roughed them up a bit. And you're just going to glue the pieces together so that everything looks flush. For the top piece here, this piece you can set aside because you won't need that till later for the end pole. Okay, so I'm going to glue these together and then I'll be right back. This is the glue that I'm using. It's called Instacure Plus Cyanoacrylate. Comes in a purple bottle from Bob Smith Industries, and I also use the InstaSet spray so that it cures the glue quicker when you're setting it up, so you don't have to hold it as long. Okay, I'll be back. Hey guys, before I assemble the pieces, I drilled holes in the bottom of this piece and the end tip piece so that I could put these couplings, reducing male A couplings for the size PVC I'm going to be using. I'll tell you the size PVC later. I just don't have it with me right now. So that these will screw right into there, and if it'll go right into there, and I can epoxy it into there. And if I want to, if I don't like the way it flushes up, which I think I'll just leave it, you can always putty in there and make it a smooth transition. Okay, so I drilled the holes. These were done with a 3/4 inch spade bit because it fit the threading size of this, and I can just put it right into there and then epoxy it in there. And then this will go all the way up to there, and I will be able to just plop this on my PVC poles when I'm done and disassemble it for transportation. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, we're back. Now all you have to do is when you do the glue, just put some glue in here, spread it around evenly on all the spots that you're going to glue to, and then set the piece down. Make sure it's lined up, the edges the way you want, flush. And then if you want, you can use the quick set spray, and if not, you can just hold it there for a minute or two and it'll stay together. Okay, so just add enough glue to cover this area. Remember, it's going to get squeezed out, so don't put a ton in there because it's just going to squeeze out when you sandwich it together. Just put some in there, spread it around, and then place them on top of each other. You only need it on one side, you don't need it on both sides. Just put it on here, here, and here, spread it around. You can leave this side empty, and then when you put it on there, just kind of rub it around a little bit, and then flush it up. And you can use the spray set and let it set up, and then move on to the next pieces and assemble the whole spear that way, or the trident. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, so now it's glued together. I haven't glued these in, I've just screwed them in tight enough. I can epoxy them later if I want, but right now they're pretty tight in there, so I'm happy with that. So now that you have all the seams, everything glued on, if you're not happy with the seams, now is when you'd putty them. I might putty some of the seams, but what I'm going to do with this is I don't want a smooth finish on this. So if you want a super smooth finish, you could take the glazing putty and cover the entire spear with it, all the surfaces, everything, let it dry, and then sand it down to a really smooth finish. I don't like the smooth finishes, so I'm going to show you what I did to get the texture on my other spear that I'll show you. You'll see what it looks like because I'll do it on this too. It's a very simple process, and I like it because I think it adds a little bit more character to the spear instead of being a super smooth, shiny, slick thing, and the rest of his armor is this very organic, I'm going to make this closer to his armor where it's not organic, but it has more texture to it. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I do that, okay? I'll be back. Okay guys, so I'm outside now, and this is what I use to put the texture on my spears and some of my props. It's the Homax Wall Texture Orange Peel. I usually put it on medium, not heavy. You can set it for whatever you want. So medium to fine, I kind of like the medium to heavy area. So you can adjust the nozzle on this spray. And what I like to do is you shake it up, make sure it's mixed real well, and then you just do an even coat over the entire piece, one side at a time. Let that dry, and then you can turn it over. I'm going to do it one side, then the other side, and then without putting it on a pole or anything and spinning it, because I need it to dry laying down. So I'm going to spray it, and then I'll show you what it looks like, okay? Now this is one side sprayed with the texture, and I just kind of spray it on. Leave it a little rough in spots. It all depends on what you want it to look like. Go over the seams and everything. And that way it saves me a bazillion hours of sanding. And when you get something super smooth, one little scratch is very, very noticeable. When you do it this way, if you get a little scratch, you can always go back in with some spray texture over the area that's scratched, do a patch fix, prime it, and paint it again very quickly, and you'll never know it was there. Lot less sanding. So this is what I do for my stuff. If you want to do it the other way, you'll see it when it's done and it's painted and dry. It still looks really good. There's just some texture to the surface which breaks it up, and then when you do dry brushing, which is what I'm going to do to it, you get a nice little more variations and more detail or more texture in it, which is what I like. So it's all up to what you want to do. Okay, I'll let this dry, do the other side, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay, now that the spray texture is dried, I'm going to prime it, and then we can paint it, okay? I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, it is primed. The pole has been cut, which is PVC Schedule 40, 3/4 inch. Okay, we're back, and the spear tip, the Trident tip, which detaches here, connects to a PVC Schedule 40 3/4 inch PVC pipe, and then the end attaches down here. You can take them both off for easy transport, because this is at about 79 inches. And I'm going to prime this, and then I'm going to paint the whole thing. So I just wanted to show you what it looks like when it's done. When it's at this point, and then I'm going to, like I said, prime the PVC, and then I'll be back. Okay, hopefully that's focused. There we go. Okay, I've base coated everything in a Rust-Oleum black, and then I'm going to now dry brush it in gold, and that'll be it. And then I can assemble it. Conceal it if you want with clear acrylic, but this is what it is. It is base coated in black, and then which I like making the pieces darker, and then I'm just going to dry brush it in a Venetian gold, and that'll be it. Okay guys, I'll be back. And here it is, guys, in all of its full length, assembled. It takes about 15 seconds to assemble the thing, if that. Put the base on, the pole, and the top. This one stands at about 79 inches, perfect height for me. You can make it taller or shorter if you want. So that's it assembled, guys. And thanks for watching. See you later. Bye. Hey guys, so this is the disassembled Aquaman Trident. Comes apart in 3 pieces because we did the PVC couplings, so you can make it any length you want. And this was step-by-step assembly of it. So just remember, you get all the separate parts, glue them together, putty anything that you want puttied. I puttied in here, glued all the seams, puttied it. I spray textured it. Then I primed it. Then after I primed it, I base painted it black with spray paint. Then I dry brushed gold on it because I don't like this super bright gold Trident. I like the more subdued, hopefully you can see it in the video, the more subdued gold, because he's under the ocean, and to me Aquaman is the newer version of the Aquaman. The Momoa Aquaman is this tough, gritty guy, and he's not going to have some shiny bling Trident. It looks more like it's been under the ocean for a while. So I like this version, the darker, more subdued gold version. Sorry, plane was going overhead. So yeah, I like the more subdued gold version. You can paint it any way you want. You can paint silver, gold, whatever you want to do with it. You could use this for King Triton, mermaids, anything like that. But this is based off of the Jason Momoa's Justice League Trident. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like the assembly videos for any of the kits you buy from me, maybe I'll do some more. You can buy this Trident on Etsy. I'll do a link for my Etsy store. And stay tuned for more. And I'm waiting to see how this Justice League, hopefully they released the Justice League trailer in Hall H today for everybody to see and not just Hall H. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.